Hey, what up everyone? I'm Cynical, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the Bounty event and the Soulforge rotation. Got Bounty, use troops of the Bounty Hunter trait to multiply your points, get double multipliers on this event's Bounty Captain, Maned Wolf. We'll do that in the Soulforge rotation at least. We'll see how it goes. Kind of how we're rocking this month. We'll see how it goes type of deal. Alright, what week is it? What week is it? What week is it? How do I not know? I play every day. Come on, dummy. What week is it? How am I stupid? Merlantis. Alright, here it is. I was on it. Alright, trials. Let me run this while I set up the stream. If you don't mind. I do have a thumbnail. Update. Upload, update, thumbnail. Okay. Gems of War Live, done. New. Let's put Bounty in there. Gems of War, Bounty. Gems of War, Soulforge. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. And it wants to do that, so I will jump into the chat, see if anybody's here. Turn your ticket to the train, hit the like, all that good stuff. Linton and Starla. Bounty. Let's go. This game is called Gems of War. Not Gems of Wart, even though you could say that. Some people say Gems of Wart. They have so many bugs and glitches. You could call it that, probably. Gems of Wart. It's got lots of warts. I think I'm good to go. Nope, one more thing. I got this, yeah, this, bang, save, okay. If you aren't into super long live streams, I might make a video, kind of TLDR of this live stream at the end of this live stream and then put it out later. I did that on Monday. Didn't go super well, but, you know, we're going to try it for a little bit. I realized I could make a video while I'm doing the live stream, which is kind of cool. Kill two birds with one stone, you know? I've been making more like Gems of War pre-recorded videos this month since we're not streaming as much. So I'm still trying, whether or not, you know, is what it is, I guess. Channelversary at the end of the month this month. 9 years. We'll have a chatathon and the channelversary. Probably in the same live stream. Unless I get real cheeky and do 2 different live streams for that. Guess it depends how everything, like the date. We're gonna do it right on the anniversary, or we just do it on the chatathon. Probably just do it on the chatathon. Okay, so let's get out of this. And we need to retreat. Alright. So just something to watch while I was setting up the stream. Let's get into the real stream now. We're going to do the Bounty event. We're going to do the Soulforge rotation. So, let me get my mail. I don't like to look at those blankies. First thing I do. My offers. Ooh, I need green. It's the one I'm working on right now. You should probably have a color that you're working on. And buy those color if you can. I mean, towards the end of the game. Some people over worry about kingdom level and power. There's definitely stages to it and soft caps to it. You know, you shouldn't be super worried about in-game type of kingdom level and power if you're only level 1000 or something. But you shouldn't, like, totally ignore it either. There's stages, there's soft caps. You know, find out where you are in that whole process. Okay. Let's go look at that Soulforge first, because it's easy to get out of the way. Be done with, and then we'll do the bounty. So it rotated. It rotates every week now. We get 8 different mythics and 8 different legendaries. On Friday it changes. You know, Monday through Thursday, it's one set of mythics and legendaries. Friday through Sunday, it's another set of mythics and legendaries. So let's take a look, see if anything's good, put them in order. Should probably not have this here. One sec. Let's put it over here. Moving my phone. I don't want it interfering with the mic somehow. Sometimes that happens. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Mythics are... We got the Void Dragon, which I like. I think it's a good one. Got Scaprio, which is not a good one. We have King Bloodwood, which is kind of mid. And we have Fallen Valdes, which is terrible. So we got like run the gambit here. Alright, I'm going to put a goal in the chat. Alright, so here's the deal. Let's do this. 0 out of 25. Toward 5 free gifted from me, plus we stream again tomorrow. That's the goal for this live stream today. Right now we're on 0, but maybe we can get there. Alright, let's do it. So the best one in here is likely the Void Dragon. I like the Void Dragon. I think it's a top 20. It's one of the better dragons that isn't like an egg dragon. It might not be the best one that's not an egg dragon, but it's up there. I like the Void Dragon. I think it's a good troop. It's probably an A-tier mythic. There's definitely other things you should get first for sure, but it's probably in the top 20 mythics, just not like the top 10. It's probably towards the bottom of the top 20. Or it's an honorable mention. It's somewhere around there. It's borderline top 20. I like it. I think it's good. 24 blue, purple, brown, midnight demon dragon. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by blue and purple gems. Create 9 to 13 purple gems. So it could loop. I think it has a good chance to loop. It's like a better chance than like Ella McGrim. Like its whole thing is looping. If you can get it looping and doing a bunch of purple on the board, then getting itself back up, and then doing a bunch of purple on the board and getting itself back up while it's doing damage to the enemy, then that's when it's at its best. I think we usually put it with like Laraza, because Laraza does the blue-purple storm, and maybe like the purple shovel. That'd be a really good start to a team. Like purple shovel, the Void Dragon. Maybe Leprechaun and Laraza. Now you have an all-purple team where the Shovel's going to do its best because it's in an all-purple team, and the Void Dragon's going to do its best because it's getting the blue and the purple gems, and it's creating purple, and so is the Shovel. So that's usually where you'll see it. Some sort of team like that, like a purple team. The purple Shovel and Laraza, maybe. There's probably other ways to use it too, but that's the way I usually use it. But I like it. I think it's good. And if you already have like all the super necessary mythics, it would be a good top 20 to get. And you already know the super necessary ones. I always say them. Second best mythic. Ugh. It's got to be King Bloodwood. Somehow he gets second because the other two aren't very good. He's kind of mid. There's so many other things that are better than him. It's hard to ever be using him and be using the best thing you could be using, but he's not horrible. 23 green, yellow, brown, Forest of Thorns, Elemental Fae. He deals heavy splash damage to an enemy, boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies, and then he steals 10 life from all enemies. So decent damage, hitting 3 enemies, and then he steals like 40 life pretty much, which is decent. He has 33% skull reduction. He entangles and bleeds on 4 or more gems. So solid mythic, but there's just so many good ones in the game, it's really hard to find a good time to be using him. Like Elemental Fae, there's so many good elementals, so many good Faes. It's kind of difficult to find a time to use him is the problem. So he's like he's probably B, like a B minus maybe, a C plus. I'd rather be using like Scourge of Honor, Guard's Avatar, probably Rowan, like there's so many, Tesla. So it's hard to find a time to use him, but he's alright. Alright, next up, Fallen Valdes is one of the worst in the game, so we're probably going to have to give Scaprio third. 22 blue, green, brown, drifting sands, beast, fey. Deal true damage to an enemy. Inflict poison and 3 stacks of bleed on them. If they're already poisoned, there's a 50% chance to kill them. I guess it's not as bad as I remember it being. There's other astrological mythics that are worse, but whenever I see one of these astrological mythics, they're usually not good. Like, I can't really even think of one that's good, right? You know? Like, some of the worst in the game are these ones. You got, like, Nipple Fobs and Scaprio, and they're just all kind of bad. Gemini looks cool, but it's not the greatest. I don't know. Just single target damage, and then if they happen to die, you already, like, did a bunch of damage to them. It's kind of weird. And then it has really no good traits. So, I don't like it. It's kind of below average. Probably like a D+, C-, something like that. Then Fallen Vowdies is one of the worst in the game. Super old and crappy. 24 blue, purple, brown, Draxum Undead Mystic. Deal damage to all enemies. Explode 3 Doom Skulls. Boosted by divine enemies. Silence divine enemies. No good traits. Just known as one of the worst in the game. Not very good. It's like Gargantuar and Fallen Vowdies and Pestilence or whatever it's called. You know, all the Apocalypse Mythics plus Fallen Vowdies and Gargantuar and all those kind of are the stinky ones. The stinkiest in the game. So yeah, if you're going to get any kind of mythic, I would say the Void Dragon would be the best one to go for. The rest, you'd have to be a super in-game player that just happens to not have it or something like that for it to be worth you to get it. Alright, the legendaries. We got Imp of Love, Sylvanamora, Keelan, and Despawn. So Keelan's pretty good. It's probably about as good as the Void Dragon, as far as like where it sits in the legendaries compared to where the Void Dragon sits in the mythics. I like Keelan. It's a top 20, but towards the bottom of the top 20 once again. 17 red, yellow, Shintang, Divine Beast. Convert purple gems to red and brown gems to skulls. Bless 2 random allies. Summons a light storm at the start of battle. It goes good with Divinish Bala. It's usually who I use it with. Like in an all-divine team or something like that. It's like peanut butter and jelly with Divinish Bala. Divinish Bala does green to yellow and red to skull or something like that. And Keelan does purple to red and brown to skull. So Keelan will turn purple to red, which will then there'll be a ton of red on the board for Divinish Bala to turn red to skull. So they go together really good. And it gets itself, I like purple to red, get itself back up. Stuff like that. It's a good troop. Just not the best. And with legendaries, you kind of only want to craft Tesla and Emberclaw. I say that every time. Your legendaries you should just get from random keys and event keys and stuff like that. You don't want to waste diamonds, because you need all your diamonds for mythics and weapons. Alright, so that is the Soulforge. So if you're going to... Oh, wait. I mean, let's go over the rest of the legendaries, but they're not very... So Keelan's the best one. And then probably... Despond is sneaky. A little sneaky decent, I think. So it hits all enemies and it has a summon. It's not great. I'm not using it all the time or anything, but I think it's like sneaky better than people think. Kind of underrated, but still like a B tier, B-. I don't know. Legendary. Deal damage to an enemy equal to their attack, then deal the same damage to all enemies above them. So you could hit the last slot, and that would hit all enemies, and then you have a summon if you need it. Explodes a blue gem at the start of battle, impervious. You're not going to use it very often, but I don't know. If you're mid or low level and happen to have it, and it's a weird demon or Cinemirage restriction, maybe. And then we got Sylvanamora. Used to be a good one. Too many good dragons now, though. Forest of Thorns and Dragon. There's better stuff in Forest of Thorns. There's better stuff in Dragon. 17 green, brown, Dragon. Explode a column. Deal damage to all enemies. Entangle the first enemy in 4 or 5 gem match. 25% chance to summon a Dragonet on death. Definitely not bad. It's just like so many other good things. Like Void Dragon, for example, is better. And then all the egg dragons are better. There's just so many good dragons. And then like there's underworld dragons like the Great Worm and Venoxia, or not Venoxia, but the Great Worm and Magma Dragon. Then you got Venoxia, that's not an Underworld Dragon, that's better. Just so many other better dragons. And Beloved would be last. 12 red Primal Elemental. Deal scatter damage and charm a random enemy. If I'm wounded, either bless all allies or give 3 magic to all allies. I don't use Imps very often. They're like one color. They're old. But that's the Soulforge. If you're going to craft anything, it should probably be the Void Dragon. If you're just desperate and don't want to listen and want to craft a legendary, it should be Keelan. Alright, let's see what y'all are saying. And then we'll get on to the bounty. Bounty Day. Linton, good morning, Starla. You're surprised I'm still going? I know, dude. 9 years. I'm surprised, too. It's probably out of stupidity, mostly. Or habit. You're happy the bounty troop makes barrier gems? One less achievement to worry about. Let's go. Not a big achievement guy, you all know that, but I'm happy for you all to get an achievement. Alright, bounty. Alright, here it is. So during the live stream, I kind of like over-explain it. I make my team. I'll make several teams. And then I'm going to make a video probably where it's much shorter and just blah, bang, bang, bang. So I need to remember to... there's not like that many teams to save for bounty, though. You kind of just take your team from last time. Like, everybody did bounty previously, right? And if you didn't, you're kind of a beginner and you're just learning bounty. But most of us did the last bounty event. And it's the one event in the game where it saves your team from the last event. Like, I wish it would do that all the time. I mean, I guess not, because the restrictions change all the time. It's just really neat that bounty saves your team from the last time. So it makes it super easy. You don't even really need me for this. Like, I've always said about bounty, like, it's like the least needed freaking video or stream, because you just put the bounty captain in place of the old bounty captain. That's it. And you just do the same exact thing as you did last bounty. So we're going to buy up in the shop. We want to... Alright, this is kind of a thing. These days you kind of have to buy up and at least till... I think it's almost like tier 4? I've heard that you can't get it done just buying up to tier 2 or tier 3 these days. Or it's not like a guarantee. You could try, and then if you don't get there, you could buy another one, right? You don't have to start by buying all the way up to tier 5 if you don't want to. You could start by buying up to tier 2 or tier 3 and then see what you can do. And then buy up if you need to. But, yeah, these days you kind of have to buy to at least tier 4 for this. And then you can use whatever troop you want to do damage. And you just use 3 bounty captains with the bounty... 3 bounty troops with the bounty captain. But then you got like a Tesla or Queen Beatrix or a Ruby Weapon or a Chrysantherax or a Stellarix or something like doing damage and getting it done really fast. This event used to be like one of the longest, most boring, like, I don't know what the word is, but it just like took forever. It was tedious. It used to be a long, tedious event where we used 4 bounty troops, and we had to like, the last fight we were casting like 10 spells at least. Like nowadays we're casting like 3 or 4 spells, and like to get to level 20 it takes like 5 minutes, and then once you're at level 20 it takes like 3 spells or 4 spells maybe. Back in the day it would take a little while to get to 20, and then every level 20 fight you'd be casting at least like 10 spells. It was crazy. It took so long, but now it's so easy. It went from being one of the most tedious long events in the game to one of the fastest, easiest events in the game. And all you have to do is buy up a little bit further in the shop. So if you want to save yourself tons of time and effort, buy up to tier 5, which is just 300 more gems. Or even tier 4 can make it work. So you can do tier 4 and still do that too. So let's go ahead and buy up to tier 5. You used to be able to use all bounty troops and like only buy up to tier 2 or tier 3. I think it was tier 3. But I've heard reports that that doesn't work anymore. I haven't tried it in a while because it's just so slow, and I don't have time for all that. Like, these days, I can get this done tomorrow morning. It's done. Like, today, I get to, like, reward 15 or 16 today, easily, like, on stream. And then tomorrow morning, it's just the last 3 rewards or whatever. It's super fast, super easy. You're done on Saturday. What other weekend event are you like done Saturday morning? Like super fast and easy. And there's good rewards too. Lots of orbs, which everybody needs orbs. You're either early game and you need orbs because they are souls and trait stones and ascension and keys for mythics. Or you're late game and you need orbs for glory orbs for gold eluding mythics, and minion orbs for getting pets fully ascended. Or you're in the mid game and you're looking for Zul'Goth and Maelstrom Dagonath, and you need orbs for that. So everybody needs orbs no matter where they're at in the game. It's just they need orbs for different things. And this is one of the best events to like grab a bunch of orbs from. Other than the Vault event, it's probably one of the best. You know, Underspire is great too, but that's always there. But Bounty event on the weekend, there's so many orbs. Compared to like other events at least. And how fast you get it done. You're going to get a bunch of orbs for like super easy, fast event. And then hopefully you get the orbs you need. Doesn't always work like that, but... Alright, I'm buying up to tier 5, because it's so easy, so fast. That way. But you don't have to do that. You could do 4, you could try 3. Alright, so here's our team. It's already saved from the last event. I did not put this here. This is the first time I'm logging into the game. This is the first time I'm looking at Bounty. You all know that it saves your team from last time. So here's my team from last time. All we have to do is take out the old Bounty Captain, which is Cave Mole. So go in here, go to NTY. We'll bring up all your Bounty troops. Nancy, Taco, Yo-Yo. There's all our bounty troops, and then you can do upgradable if you already have all of them upgraded like me, which you may or may not, but if it's a little trick if you already have everything upgraded, you can just go upgradable. And that'll bring up the bounty captain because I don't have it upgraded. I don't know why this cannon mythic isn't upgraded, though. What happened there? It must have been like a weekend I took off or something. Pfft. I remember making the thumbnail for this, though. It was Dog the Bounty Hunter riding a cannon. Huh. Wonder what happened there. Alright, recruit. And we're going to put it in place of the Cave Mole. Now we need to fully this thing. We want it fully ascended, fully traded. It gains attack boosted by lycanthropy gems, then convert 4 purple gems to barrier gems. It's the Bounty Hunter. It's the Bounty Captain this week. It gains 2 times to 6 times to my bounty score based on my ascension. So you need to trade at least that first trait and get it fully ascended if you want max points. Which getting max points per fight makes you spend less gems and spend less time. So it's smart. It's got reduced damage from skulls by 20% and 20% chance to dodge skull damage. So let's fully it. So we're making everything easier. Alright, I had to use 1 orb to get it to level 20. So now we gotta upgrade it again to make sure it's level 20 and fully traded. Alright, there it is. Level 20, fully traded. On the team. And this is the whole idea about, you know, doing the bounty event fast. You got Ogress. You got whatever your best damage dealer is. It does not have to be Chrysanthrax. This could be Tesla. This could be Queen Beatrix. This could be Ruby Weapon. If you want to be smart and level a class while you get the bounty event done, you could do Ruby Weapon. You could do Sinister Reaper. You could do Dawnbringer, Dustbringer, Black Manacles. Whatever you got would be faster than 4 bounty troops. Even Black Manacles. Even though it doesn't feel as fast as like Chrysanthrax or Tesla, it's still slightly faster than using all bounty troops. So hopefully you do it. Like, I think everybody should have at least Queen Beatrix if you're doing the bounty event. And Queen Beatrix does true damage to all enemies and gets extra turns and has royal honey. It'll make it so much easier than using 4 bounty troops. But then a lot of y'all got Ruby Weapon recently, so that'd be even better because now you're leveling a class while you do the bounty event super fast. So Ruby Weapon would be what I'd want most beginners to use if you have it. If not, Queen Beatrix, which you get in the underworld really easily from a Deep Hive. But I'm going to use Chrysantherax. Forest Gremlin is here to make a green storm, gain bonus green matches, and it's a bounty hunter. We don't really ever cast its spell, or it's here for its traits. So the green storm, we have our whole team is green. So a green storm is welcome. Plus green, extra green mana from green gem matches. So that's why that's there. So everything has a reason. Ogress is your tank / mana generator. Gets up super fast. Gets everything on the team up super fast. It's a bounty troop. It's like, it summons a fortress gate when it dies. It has 50% skull reduction. It's the best bounty troop in the game. So anytime you're doing bounty, you're probably using Ogress. And she's in first slot because she'll get up super fast. And then she gets up Chrysantherax. Chrysantherax is here to do damage, really good damage. Make the whole bounty event super fast. It's the only thing that's not a bounty troop on our team. But like I said, you can use Tesla, Queen Beatrix, Ruby Weapon, etc. instead. Stellarix, Diamantina, Pandemonia, Bizenium, I don't know, whatever your best damage dealer is. Forest Gremlin, like I said, is for its traits. So Bounty Hunter, Song of Nature, and Nature Link. And then Maned Wolf is the bounty captain. We have to use it no matter what it is, whether it stinks, whether it's the best one in the game. It doesn't matter. It's the bounty captain this week, so we have to use it for its points. It's going to give us more points per fight. That's what we're doing here. The banner, kind of go all in on that Ogress. So we got double green, brown, minus red. And then the class doesn't matter on this team because I'm not using hero. But if you're using Ruby Weapon, I would probably just level any class that you need to level. 50% start would be great, but whatever class you need to get to 100. If you needed to level every single class, I would say Titan, because Ogress is a giant, so you could 50% start Ogress, which would be nice. So if you happen to not have Titan on 100, that'd be the best class to use. Second best would probably be maybe Archer, so you could just it's a good green class, and everything's green. Plus, Archer's really good, and you should have it on 100. But whatever one you're leveling, doesn't really matter. But yeah, with this team, we don't have the hero, so it doesn't matter what class we're using. If you're doing Tesla, if you're doing Queen Beatrix, it doesn't matter because you're not using your hero, so it doesn't matter what class you use. But I'm hoping a lot of y'all out there are using Ruby Weapon or some sort of weapon in this slot so you can level a class while you get the bounty done, which is really smart because you get extra class experience. Like if you go do Explore, you're getting 1 class experience for your, if you do bounty, you're getting 2 class experience per fight. And that's how I got all my classes to 100. I never did Explore or anything I never grinded class experience, not one time. Maybe once for Elementalist or something. That's it, because it was the best class in the game, and it came in later in the game, and I knew it was the best. So maybe one time I grinded class experience specifically, but every other time for every other class, all I did was equip it during events. I would equip it during Adventure Board, I would equip it during Dungeon, I would equip it during the single-player events, I would equip it during the guild events. I'd work on one class at a time and use it for everything. I never wasted time by, grinding a class. In vault events, you can do the same thing. Equip a class with Rowan, and you're going to town. You're going to get all the class weapons. Alright, so that's the team. Ogress, Chrysantherax, Forest Gremlin, Maned Wolf. Or Ogress, Tesla, Forest Gremlin, Maned Wolf. Or whatever. Whatever you're using. Alright, now watch how fast I get to level 20. Let's make sure our medals are good. I think early I'm going to use an Anu, and then later I might switch to Nisha. So I'm doing double Nisha Anu right now, because Chrysantherax is not 50% started or anything, so we need to, a little bit of 20% mana start would be nice for it. Alright, let's get to level 20. Maka's here. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing good as well. Alright, Ogress would have got up either way there, so that was kind of whatever, but some of the mana probably went to Chrysantherax. There it is. Boom, all dead. Alright, let's get to level 20. Then I'll make my video, and I'll probably get out of here if y'all ain't feeling it. And I'll see you Monday. See how fast I can get there. So once you get to level 20, you're kind of like 75% of the way there. Kinda. Like the later rewards take more points, so it's not exactly that, but you get really far on just the first day. Straight up, straight down. Need to look at the rewards too. Let me get to level 20 first. Just want to show you why this is really smart to do. Alright, we need green or brown. There's Ogress. There's Chrysantherax. There's the win. Been doing PvP more. I might make a video about PvP. Like tomorrow if we don't stream. Sometimes I'm going to do like a Gems of War video, and sometimes I'll probably just do an EverQuest video or an EverQuest stream or something. I'm not sure. It's like whatever I'm feeling or whatever I have a video for, you know, like an idea for. But I have like, I don't want to like do all my ideas. I don't know. It's hard to come up with ideas these days because I've done so many. I've done, you know, like I said, played this game for 9 years now, so it's hard to come up with like new ideas for videos. But hey, that Dragonite video is hitting pretty good. I think we almost have 2,000 views on that one from last weekend. And that's what I did instead of streaming on Saturday. It's like if the streams aren't going to be good, I got to try to get it from the views. The Dragonite one's doing pretty good right now. The Astral Spire one was the one after that. That one's doing okay. It's kind of nice to see. You make a video and it does well, like used to do. But then like the Monday one, I wasn't too excited about that one so far. I was hoping like I could get like, okay, these people want to watch the live streams, and these people don't want to watch the live streams, but they'll watch the video. I was hoping to pick up a couple extra views or something, which I think we did technically, but I was hoping for a little bit more. Probably have to like get on stream earlier and make the video sooner and stuff like that if I really want to do that. So I'm probably putting out my video last. It's after the stream. I think that's gonna be a thing anyway. Like if we continue, I'm probably gonna have to get on here earlier and earlier, like as school ends and like summertime, and I might have to like start the stream like a little bit sooner. No, it wouldn't be a big change. It'd probably just be like 30 minutes sooner, or potentially like an hour earlier. And I always say that, and then I never do it because I'm always late. Even when I say 10:30, it's always like 10:45 or 10:35 or 11. But I would like to start streaming earlier on Monday and Friday. Oh no, didn't get up. That'll happen occasionally, I guess. But there it is. It's always better than 4 bounty troops. I did the 4 bounty troops thing for years, so I know how it feels. Alright, any extra turns on this board? Let's take the blue and the green. Ogress gets up Chrysantherax. Chrysantherax wipes them all out in one shot. Alright, we're on 13. Cruising towards that level 20. Okay. Green would be the best because we have all that extra... Oh, there's an extra turn though. Even better. But if you have to like choose which color, I'd choose green. Boris Gremlin gives you extra green. The banner's giving you extra green. Like, green or brown, choose green. Green's not there, choose brown. Is that an extra turn? Ah. Looked funny. Didn't happen. Alright, what's going on here? Alright, whatever. But with bounty troops, eventually it's gonna... Like if you're using Tigraki and Corpse Mare or something like that, eventually they're gonna stop one-shotting. And then you're gonna have to hit each enemy twice, which is 8 casts. And that's not all you're gonna do. You're gonna have to get them up. You're gonna have to cast Ogress once or twice. So that's 10 casts if you're using all bounty troops. Like, at least. And you still have to, like, match a little bit of gems and everything. So you're probably taking 12 to 15 turns with 4 bounty troops like that. With this, I'll show you in a minute, but it's like 1 turn there, 2 turns there, boom. Instead of, like, 10 to 15 turns. So much faster. Let's see how many turns this one is. Now, like, I will have to take mana occasionally, so it's not always like 2 turns, but... Okay, we got the yellow extra turn, though, so this is still the first turn. Okay, so it's still the first turn. I haven't gave the turn to the enemy yet. It's still the first turn, really. Boom! I did cast 2 spells, but that was still, like, turn number 1. And they're all dead. That would never happen with 4 bounty troops. Alright, here we got still our first turn, right? Still our first turn. Might have to go to turn 2. Oh, still our first turn. Bang, dead. First turn. Alright, we're on 18. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, this is our second turn right here. Turn number 2. And they're all dead. Turn 2. So it's like turn 3 max with this team. I mean, eventually, like if your Chrysanthrax stops one-shotting, you might have to do a couple more turns, but it's always going to be like at least twice as fast as 4 bounty troops. Like right here, it might start. I'm not sure because I have a lot of extra magic from the Astral Spire, so I might be able to one-shot the whole way with an Anu. But I would take off the Anu, put on a Nisha if I stopped one-shotting. First turn. Still first turn. They're all dead. Alright, this will be interesting. I wonder if I can one-shot on level 20 now. I think previously I couldn't one-shot on level 20. I don't remember if I was last bounty, though. Because I have got a lot of magic since I started doing this. But, like, when I first started doing this, I'd have to, like, on level 20, I think I had to hit twice with Chrysanthrax. But nowadays, with all the magic, just Kingdom level and power plus Astral Spire, I think I can one-shot here still, even with just 2 Nisha medals. Let's see, though. Woo! One-shotting the highest level of an event. 4,800 points. So hopefully you're seeing the same amount of points as me, or more, if you're doing 4 bounty troops. So it should be 4,800 points per fight on level 20. Or something's wrong. But there's level 20, that's how fast I got there, and now look at this. We're on we almost closed reward 15 that fast. All we got left is to 20, which I can do tomorrow morning. Probably in the same amount of time I just did that. Might be a little bit longer, because you see how you got to get 18,000, then 25,000, then 30,000, then 45,000, then 80,000. So, it might take me, I don't know, 30 minutes tomorrow to get this whole thing done, maybe? So I'm getting more points per fight, too. I'm getting 4,800 per fight. It's going to go pretty quick, even though it looks like you need a lot of points. We're getting a lot of points per fight now, too, though. Like on the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, we weren't getting a lot of points. But on level 20, we're getting 4,800 points. So even though it looks like we need more points for these final rewards, we're also getting 4,800 every fight instead of whatever we were getting on our way to that. But here's all the rewards and bounty. I think they're really good. You got a major Orbit Chaos there. 20 gems, 20,000 gold. 5 trait stones. Another major orb. 18,000 gold, some trait stones. A regular orb, 16,000 gold. A vault key, 15,000 gold. Diamonds, gems, gold, celestial. Some of y'all need celestials. There's 4 right there. Diamonds, gems, gold. Come on. 13,000 in an orb. Gems and diamonds and trait stones and gold. Gem keys, trait stones, gold. Orb again. Another orb. Jeez Louise. Gems, gold, gem keys, gems, gold, diamonds. Another freaking orb. Are you kidding me? So many orbs. It's crazy. Gems and diamonds and vault keys and gem. It's nuts. It's really good. So 2 major orbs and then like 4 regular orbs, I think. And just a lot, you know, if you add up all the gems you get, that gives you back some of the gems that you had to use. And then you get some diamonds. Like I said, some celestials, which some people need. And it's super, and the point is, it's like super fast and easy. It's not like hard and long and tedious anymore. It's super fast and easy, and you get really good rewards. So, I don't, if you're skipping it, you're making a mistake. Alright. Hey Trey, thank you for the 5 and the 150. We put that towards the 25. Which if we hit 25, I would give 5 free gifted and stream tomorrow. If we don't, it's okay. We don't have to stream and 650. I need to just copy this toward. Alright. I'll just copy it this time so I'm not an idiot. There you go. Hey, we're a quarter of the way there. Chad's been a member for 58 months. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. And a Puppet Master. Highest tier of a member. Alright, I'm not just going to stream for 40 minutes. So, I got to make the video. Let's do that real quick. Let's see. How do I do this? I did it Monday. What are we going to talk about, first of all? We're going to talk about the Soulforge and the bounty event. And I'm going to do it as fast as I can and make a quick video on stream here. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I've never done this before except for Monday I did it. So, it's kind of hard to do it in front of people, and I feel like I'm in front of people right now. Normally I'm like by myself when I make a video. Okay, so we're going to go over the soul. Let me like do a dry run here before I hit go. Soulforge, rotated. Got mythics, new mythics, different legendaries. The best one was the Void Dragon. Then King Bloodwood, then Scoprio, then Fallen Valdis. The legendaries, it was Keelan was the best. Then Despond, then Sylvanamora, then Impalove. For the bounty, I mean, there's not much to go over except for, you know, it saves your team. You just replace the bounty captain. I don't know. I'll be fine once I get started. Probably. And we can always do take 1, take 2, take 3 if we have to. Everyone in their center clothes. Big Zig! Yeah, Beast Lord's been fun. I think I'm gonna take them to classic zones though, so I can have like, I don't know, I've just been thinking like I need to, if I'm gonna keep playing Quarm, it already being like a Vashir Beast Lord is already like a hook enough, like is already new enough. I don't need to be a Vashir Beast Lord in Luckland, seeing new zones too. Like that's a lot. So and plus I want to see like how it does in classic zones because it's so powerful. Like the pet just wrecks stuff. I don't know. I kind of want to go back. I want to go to classic zones with that Bashir Beast Lord, I think, pretty soon. Once I hit 22 and get my new spells, I think I'm going to go, I don't know, like maybe like the Freeport area or something like that. And just see how good it is in classic zones. And then we can always do something later where I explore all the Luckland zones. It's like instead of doing everything all at the same time, I can, you know, get more juice out of it. Alright, let's make this thing. Hey, Tyrion with the 2, thank you so much, bro. Running out there with Trey. The tag team, he tagged in. Trey was out there trying, man. We've been trying. Something must have happened. A tree fell on the garage or something. The train's just been stuck in the garage this month. And I don't know, a tree fell on it maybe. Trey went out there like a lumberjack. He had his flannel on. He had a long beard. He had his jeans and his boots. He brought an axe. He's going to chop the tree down. Tyrion brings out a chainsaw like freaking Leatherface. He's like, let's use this, man. Why are you using that axe? He's like, vroom, vroom, vroom. Gotta get that freaking tree off there. I don't know why. We can't get it out of the freaking garage this month. We need a Viagra or something. Alright, let's add it to the total, though. I did copy it this time, so I can just paste it in. $2 more. So we got $8.50 now. Ooh, that's a third of the way. Getting closer. Getting closer. Could double your monies. Okay, I accidentally pasted it twice. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's make this video. You guys get to watch as I make a video. I don't know if that's interesting or not, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's see, what am I gonna say? And today, the Soulforge is rotated, and we have a bounty event. So I'm going to go over the Soulforge, talk about the mythics, the legendaries, if they're good, put them in order. And then we're going to go over the bounty, the fastest team in the game, the fastest strat in the game. You can get it done by like Saturday morning. Really easy, really fast, really good. Rewards, should definitely be doing that. But let's look at the Soulforge first. It's rotated since Monday. It was different Mythics Monday. It was different Legendaries Monday through Thursday. Now, Friday to Sunday, it's new Mythics, different Mythics. So let's check them out and see if there's anything good in here. The best one right now is the Void Dragon. It's 24 blue, purple, brown, Midnight Demon Dragon. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by blue and purple gems. Create 9 to 13 purple gems. Really like a loopy dragon. If you can get it looping, that's when it's good. So I usually put it with like the purple Doom Shovel, maybe Laraza, maybe Leprechaun. Now you have an all-purple team. And that's when it's at its best. When it's doing physical damage to all enemies while it loops back into itself. It doesn't give the enemy any turns. It whittles them down. And if you got the purple shovel and an all-purple team with the Void Dragon with an all-purple team, and then you got Leprechaun to start you quickly and the Raza to do the purple-blue storm, it's pretty good. It's like a borderline top 20 mythic. You got all the good dragons in the game these days, the egg dragons, but this one is one of the best that isn't an egg dragon. Maybe not the best, but it's borderline top 20. I like it. It's like an A-tier mythic. So if you're going to craft anything this right now in the Soulforge, it would be the Void Dragon. Second best right now is King Bloodwood, which is a major step down. This is like a C-tier mythic, kind of just average. 20 through green, yellow, brown, Forest of Thorns, Elemental Fey. Deal heavy splash damage to an enemy, boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies. Steal 10 life from all enemies. It does entangle and inflict bleed on a random enemy, matching 4 more gems, and have 33% skull reduction. So it's decent. There's just too many good elementals, too many good Feys. Even Forest of Thorns, you know, you got Rowan. It's like near the bottom of that, like Guard's Avatar, Scourge of Honor, Phoenicia. Like, it's near the bottom of that tier. So it's kind of like a B tier mythic. Above average, probably. It's just really hard to find a time to use it, is the problem. What's number 3? So Fallen Vowdies is horrible. Scaprio, also not very good, but it's probably the third best one right now. Those astrological mythics, they're ass. They're astrological mythics. So anytime you see one of these astrological mythics, just remember that they're astrological. Scaprio is 22 blue, green, brown, Drifting Sands, Beast Fae. Deal true damage to an enemy, inflict poison, and 3 stacks of bleed on them. If they are already poisoned, there's a 50% chance to kill them. So just kind of stupid, I don't like it. Single target damage, and then if it does happen to kill them, you already did tons of true damage to them, so why'd you do that? I don't know. It's kind of dumb. And then his traits aren't great, so... But it's not the worst in the game, you know? It's like, below average or something. I don't like it. And last for this Soulforge rotation would be the Fallen Vowdies, which everybody knows it's one of the worst in the game. 24 blue, purple, brown, Draxum, Undead Mystic, deal damage to all enemies, explode, 3 Doom Skulls, boosted by divine enemies, silence divine enemies. It's an older mythic. It was put in the game to combat divines, which were like the meta at the time, but now they're not really the meta, so I don't know. It never really worked anyway. It just isn't a good troop. It's one of the worst in the game, so don't craft that one if you can help it. Alright, the legendaries. Keelan is the best one in there right now. I think it's borderline top 20 as well. So you got the Void Dragon is the best mythic right now in the Soulforge, which is borderline top 20. You got Keelan, which is the best legendary in the Soulforge right now. It's also borderline top 20. So there's others that you should get first, of course, but they're pretty good. Like A tiers. So Keelan is 17 red, yellow, Shintang, Divine Beast. Convert purple gems to red and brown gems to skulls. Bless 2 random allies. Summon a Light Storm at the start of battle. Goes really good with Divine Ishbala. Peanut Butter and Jelly. Convert purple to red. Divine Ishbala converts red to skull. So you cast Keelan, the whole board is red. Then you cast Divine Ishbala, the whole board is skulls. It's cool. And then also Divine Ishbala converts green to yellow. This uses yellow. This thing converts purple to red. This uses red. They're divine. They're both divine. So they go good together. I like it. I like Keelan. But remember, we don't craft legendaries, blah, 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 Tesla, Emberclaw, yada, yada, yada. Save your diamonds for mythics and weapons. The second best legendary in here right now is Despawn. Despawn's a little bit underrated, but still not great. I just think people overlook it sometimes, but that's not a big mistake because it's not used very often, so I don't know. It's sneaky, a little sneaky guy. 16 blue, purple, Cinemirage Demon. Deal damage to an enemy equal to their attack, then deal the same damage to all enemies above them. Summon an Abject of Despawn. So you could hit the last slot, deal damage to all enemies, and it has a summon. It's got an Explode, a blue gem at the start of battle, and it's impervious. Drain 3 mana from a random enemy, matching 4 more gems. Like, it's a little sneaky, like, you know, you might think it sucks, but it's actually like a B- or something like that is what I mean. So not like you're going to be using it all the time or anything, but it's the second best one in the Soulforge right now. Third best is Sylvanamora, an old dragon. Very old. Not bad, though. It's still not horrible. This is like an average dragon these days. 17 green, brown, Forest of Thorns dragon. Explode a column, deal damage to all enemies. Entangle the first enemy in 4 or 5 gem match. 25% chance to summon a dragonet on death. So it's still okay. It's just like so many other good dragons. You got egg dragons, you got underworld dragons that are both easier to get than this and better. Easier to get and better. So it's going to be a hard to find a time to use this one. If you get lucky very early game or something off of keys, like random keys, you might use it, but that's pretty much it. Last is Imp of Love. The imps just aren't good. You know, 12 red, primal, elemental, deal scatter damage and charm a random enemy if I'm wounded. Either bless all allies or give 3 magic to all. Not horrible either, they're just not good, you know? It's worse than Sylvanamora. But that's the Soulforge. The weapons stay the same, the dragon stays the same. This is Friday, so it's just we're going over the new mythics and new legendaries for the Soulforge rotation. If you get anything, it should be the Void Dragon as far as mythics go. If for some reason you can't stand it and you have to get a legendary, I would get Keelan. Alright, the bounty event. The bounty, which is a very good single-player event, probably the second best one in the game after Vault event, because you can get it done so fast, and you get so many orbs. It's easy. Bang, you're done by Saturday morning with the fast strat. Up in the shop here, I bought up till tier 5. That's how you can get it done so quickly and easily. You could try tier 4. You might have to pay attention, though. Make sure you have enough points and turns and whatnot to get all rewards. Tier 3, I don't know if that works anymore. I've heard reports that it doesn't work even if you do 4 bounty troops. But that'd be risking it. But you can always buy the next tier if you don't make it or whatever. But yeah, the 4 bounty troop thing is really not a thing anymore. You use 3 bounty troops with the bounty captain and then like a really good damage dealer that's not a bounty troop. So Chrysantherax or Tesla, Stellarix, Diamantina, blah blah blah, you know, Ruby Weapon if you want to level a class. But I bought up to tier 5 because I want to get this done like Saturday morning very easily, super fast. And the new troop is the Maned Wolf, 11 green yellow Magrim Woods Beast. Gain attack boosted by lycanthropy gems, then convert 4 purple gems to barrier gems. It's the bounty hunter, it's the bounty captain. You have to use it because it gives you extra points for every single fight, which makes you spend less gems, which makes you do less fights. Get it done quicker with this guy on the team. It's got agile, thick hide, and bounty hunter. You want this on the team fully ascended, pretty much fully traded. You don't have to fully trade it, you could just do the first trait, but fully ascended and at least the first trait and on the team. Alright, and I'm getting 4,800 points a fight, so this doesn't look it's not as crazy as it looks. We're going to get this done easily tomorrow morning. But here's the team, the fast strat. Got Ogress, who's the best bounty troop in the game, mana generator and tank. She's going to be on every team, no matter what you're doing. Awesome. Got your damage dealer. That's not a bounty troop. Whether it's Chrysantherax or Stellarix or Diamantina or Tesla or Queen Beatrix. Or if you want to level a class, which I think is very smart, do Ruby Weapon or Sinister Reaper or Dawnbringer or Dustbringer or Black Manacles, whatever. Something that hits all enemies and kills faster than 4 bounty troops. Which is pretty much is super easy to do. Like 4 bounty troops takes forever. You're casting like 10 spells and takes forever. Got the Forest Gremlin because of its traits. It's a bounty troop. It has Song of Nature, which is a leaf storm at the start of battle, and it gains bonus green mana from green gem matches. Our whole team is green. It just works good. You're not going to cast it ever. It's just there for its traits. The Maned Wolf is the bounty captain. Gives you more points. Lets you spend less gems. Lets you spend less time. Every fight gives you more points for using it on the team. It's the bounty captain. It's a bounty hunter. Make sure you use the Maned Wolf. So your team should be saved from last bounty event. All you do is take off the naked cave mole and you put on the Maned Wolf, and you know, you don't even need a team code really. Your team should still be there and still be saved. So the only difference between you and me is probably this. So use Tesla if you got it. Use Queen Beatrix if you don't got Tesla. Use Stellarix. Use Diamantina. Or if you want to level a class, Ruby Weapon, which a lot of y'all just got because of the Lodestar. That'd be smart. Just level whatever class you need to level. You get 2 class experience instead of 1 in these types of events. Let me show like one fight here. If you're using all bounty troops, it's going to take like 10 casts, at least 10 spells to beat these enemies. You're not one-shotting enemies with Tagraki on level 20. But with Chrysantherax, you are. Just need to get up Ogress. Ogress will get up Chrysantherax. You cast, you win. You usually win on either turn 1 or turn 2. This is turn 2. They're all dead. Especially with the Astral Spire and all the extra magic you should have. I'm using an Anu, and I'm still one-shotting this, the hardest fight. Turn 1 or turn 2. Turn 3 would be like the worst-case scenario. So we're on turn 1. We're still on turn 1, and they're all dead. See that? Those 4 bounty troops, you'd be on like turn 5. This is way faster, like at least 2 times faster. And don't get scared by the Chrysantherax, just use whatever you got. I did the double green brown minus red banner, and the class doesn't matter unless you're using your hero, so which I hope you are. If you don't have all classes at 100, you should be using a ruby weapon or some sort of hero weapon on there instead of Chrysanthrex. Be smart. But yeah, that is the bounty event. Super easy, super fast, gets done really quickly, and it has really good rewards. Got tons of orbs here. 2 major orbs of chaos, bunch of gems, gold, trait stones, celestials. There's 2 major orbs, 4 regular orbs. There's vault keys, bunch of gold, gems, all kinds of good stuff here, and you get it super easy and super fast. So yeah, that's the bounty. One of the easiest events in the game these days, and one of the best rewards and bang for your buck. And easy because it saves your team, and you just have to put in the bounty captain. That's all you have to do. So it's like for dummies. It's like a single-player event for dummies. So get it done. It's easy, and lots of good rewards. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Why is it always 13 minutes? I swear. I talk too much. I don't know. I repeat myself. I talk too much. I don't know. Why's it gotta be 13 minutes every time? I should have been able to do that like 10 minutes or less. And that always takes me longer. I'm too long-winded, but I guess 13 minutes is better than an hour. That's how I'm thinking about it. When I make a video like that, the stream is going to be over an hour, but that video is 13 minutes. So if you're impatient and don't want to watch a whole live stream, you could choose between the 13-minute video or the hour and 13-minute live stream, you know? Chad with a 2, dunking it, running out there, 3 amigos. You got Trey, you got Chad, you got Tyrion. Hey, we went over $10 today. Crazy. I'm gonna make me 10 buckaroos today. Better watch out. Paste. Appreciate it. Helps a lot. We're halfway there. Almost. I guess we're not quite halfway there. But smart thing about getting to 25 is I'm going to gift 5 free memberships, which is 25. So if we get to 25, I'm also going to do 25, which kind of makes every dollar you give worth twice as much. So if you gifted 5 memberships, which cost $25, then I'm going to gift 5 memberships, which means you got 10 memberships for the price of 5 or whatever. And you get to stream a stream tomorrow. A Gems of War stream, at least an hour long tomorrow. That'll be the other thing we would get if we were able to hit the 25 today. How long have we been streaming? An hour? Okay. Anita with the gifted, let's add it to it. Went to Smoking Dude. Smoking Diode. I thought I said Smoking Dude. He's a smoking dude. Alright, let's get it. Anita's out there helping the boys. 15.50. Getting closer. Less than $10. Less than 10. Alright, I'm gonna give y'all at least 30 more minutes to get that done, probably. We'll go to an hour 30 today. What can we do? We can check on everything else for the week. I like doing that on live streams. So let's check on everything else that's going on right now. Maybe just play the game normally. Whatever you guys need. Just ask questions in the comments. You know me, I'll get to your comments eventually. If you have any questions, I got you. Trey said a quick hi and bye, gym with the wife, then movie date. Have I ever did a video on which kingdom is the best? Which home kingdom is the best? I usually include that in my new account playthroughs. It would be a really short video if I made that video. It would just be Whitehelm and like why it's Whitehelm, which would probably be like a 3-minute video. I could probably turn it into a 6-minute video with how much I talk though. You only played 2 times since the newborn? Dang. Yoke is here. Big Zig. What weapons am I using? I just bought like a blood-stained dagger or something. I don't really have a good weapon yet. It's like 9 It's like 932 or something like that. I was using like a fist weapon that was like 1050 or something crazy. I don't know. It's my first character, so I don't really have any plat. So I'm just whatever I've been picking up, I've been using, and then I finally made it to the bazaar and I bought just a piercing 932 or something. Been broke all month, Tyrion. Me too. You had to wait till today to buy gas for the chainsaw. Expensive gas, yep. Ooh, a minivan. Chat with a tool. Save your diamonds weekend? Yeah, for sure. Kinda, you know. You'd have to be a very specific person to spend diamonds in this Soulforge. You would have to have Ironhawks, Hiking Iron Gut, Toxaka, Cafru, Zarg, probably like Arachnian Weaver, Wild King. You'd have to have so many to get the Void Dragon, but it wouldn't be the worst in the world to get either. Some people aren't very patient and they get 4,000 diamonds and they want to spend them right now. I'd rather see them get the Void Dragon than like Fallen Vowdy. So I always go over it and tell them, you know, which one's the best. Plus, like, in-game players might already have all the top 10s and they want to know, like, what's the next best thing? Because I'm filling in the blanks now. So that's why I always do them, put them in order. Even though I don't recommend it to craft, because I want to see you get all the other top 10s first. It could be in a situation where it would be smart to get the Void Dragon, so. I don't use the Void Dragon like a ton these days. Like when it first came out, I was using it. But it's still good. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just I have so many awesome weapons. It's hard to use, like, even though it's a good weapon, as a good troop, I have so many other like amazing troops that it's hard to use the Void Dragon when I could use Chrysanthrax or Stellarix or Ruby Weapon or something. White Helm best kingdom, 60-second short, yeah. So yeah, White Helm's the best kingdom because it gives pure glory. And glory can be turned into any other resource. So if you make your kingdom, a home kingdom, a different kingdom, you know, you might get a little bit more souls, you might get a little bit more gold, but souls and gold can't get you, like, souls can't get you glory, souls can't get you gold, but glory can get you souls, and glory can get you gold, and glory can get you gems, and glory can get you troops, and glory can get you trait stones. Glory's awesome because it can get you anything that you need, pretty much, in the game. Not everything, but more than, like, gold and souls can get you. So, and that's the only 3 options, right? So, you know, White Helm's the only kingdom in the game that gives literally pure glory. And choosing your home kingdom, whatever one you choose, you get like double that, whatever it is. So if you chose gold and souls, it would give you double gold and souls, but you know, it's really not double because you're splitting it between gold and souls. If it was pure gold, you'd get double the gold from the tribute. It's not like double gold from everything, it's just from the tribute of that kingdom. So, yeah, the best home kingdom is White Helm, because all choosing your home kingdom does is, like, give you extra tribute from that kingdom. It doesn't affect anything else, really. So, White Helm gives pure glory, as you can get everything else with glory, plus other cool stuff. So, choosing gold or souls isn't smart, because glory can get you gold, souls, gems, troops, trait stones. Glory's just way better. Linton with the 10, thank you so much. We made it. I'm going to gift out 5. Come on. We did it. I'll just put goal achieved. Goal achieved. You got an achievement. Achieved. How do you spell achieved? Woo! Here, I'll pin it. Thank you so much, Linton. Appreciate that. Helps a ton. Running out there with Anita, Trey, Chad, and Tyrion. Cutting down the tree, making firewood, starting a camp, roasting marshmallows, setting up a tent, getting the train, like opening the door, going in there, checking on it, seeing if the tree fell on the train. Appreciate it. Alright, so I got to gift out 5 now. Is that what that means? I got to do it too? Here we go. Here's your present. You just doubled your monies. See what we get. Who we gonna get? Joe Rogan? Cortex, David, Captain Sauce. What is that? Captain G Sauce, Heisler, and John Ronald Rennie all got gifted. And I'll stream tomorrow, y'all. So I'll see you there. We'll be streaming Gems of War tomorrow around 10:30 a.m. EST. Hell yeah. You don't recommend your kingdom choice, just saying why I choose it. You do Merlantis, but I'm at the point it doesn't matter. It's just for underwear aesthetic to Shark Persona, and its second highest glory with a little gold bonus. Tyrion says, Void Dragon, Purple Shovel, still viable team, but only dusting off specific events, really. Only near end game, just need to craft something new to have the diamonds. Most should ignore the Soulforge. Nita says, wasn't sure I'd be here, had to go to the hospital, and was lucky enough that they didn't want to keep me this time. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear. Big Zig says, Polished Steel Ulak is 927 fists with really good stats for very cheap. Yeah, I should probably look into that one then, 'cause that's better than what I got. Better than what I got. Well, get well soon, Anita. I hope you're doing okay. I haven't seen Sana in a while either. I hope she's doing alright. But I haven't been, like, around to see her as much either. So. Yeah, let's just do everything for a little bit. Alright, how would I start playing this game on a normal day? Why is my gems lower? Probably from the bounty, huh? That's fine, though. But yeah, like, as far as the glory thing goes, look, you can use glory right here. Like, I have a bunch of keys right now. Let's open these, just for fun. I'm in game, so I use the glory keys to get gems. So you see how I get 15 gems? This is kind of what I use glory keys for now. I mean, I also use them to get the new mythic, but I have a bunch of gem keys and guild seals. So I'm not, like, recommending this to mid or early game players, but if you're super in game like me, you might as well open these if you need gems. And if you don't need gems, then why aren't you using your gems to buy offers like deeds and medals? If you have I think it's like one of those things where no matter what you say, you probably should still be doing this right here, you know? I'm opening all my glory keys because I need gems. You could say, well, I don't need gems. And I would say, well, why aren't you using your gems then? And then you don't have an answer to that. Because nobody has every single kingdom 20-30'd. And nobody has every single mythic or nobody has every single troop in the game gold elite'd. And not very many people have every single pet fully ascended and stuff like that. So if you have a gigantic stack of gems, then buy every offer that you get offered. Buy almost every daily offer you see. Buy every single merchant offer you see. Why are you not doing that? Why wouldn't you utilize that gem stack? You're just going to stack it to the moon and look at it? Like, you should use everything at your disposal to progress your account, progress the game. What are those gems going to do just sitting there accumulating? You know, if you got 300,000 gems, what's the point of the 250,000 gems that you're doing nothing with? What's the point of that? Nobody sees it but you. You're not using it, so what's it doing? It's just sitting there. Is it just something to look at? It's like Scrooge McDuck. You just like to have a bunch of gems and you're going to dive in them and swim and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, like, hey, why don't you use those? It's a tool in the game that you could use to progress your account. If you have 300,000 gems, start buying every offer you see, pretty much, almost. There's some stupid ones that you wouldn't buy even if you had 1,000,000 gems, obviously, but why not? Why not? What are you saving up? What are you going to buy? There's nothing. There's nothing to buy for 1,000,000 gems. There's not some special weird thing that you can buy with 1,000,000 gems. There's no achievement for getting 500,000 gems. There's no advantage. You don't get extra stats for having a bunch of extra gems. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. There's no reason to have 200,000 gems, 300,000 gems, 100,000 gems. There's no reason. If you have 20,000 gems, you're good. You don't need 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. You don't. To get everything done in a week, you might need like 5,000 gems max. You know, you should never go under 5,000 gems if possible. If you're in-game player, 5,000 is usually what I say, because something might pop up. The craziest week in the world might pop up, and you might need 3,000, 4,000 gems. But it's never going to pop up and you're going to need 500,000 gems or 50,000 gems. That's never going to happen. So if you have 200, 300,000 gems, buy every offer you see. Why not? I don't understand why you're not doing that. I don't get it. What are you going to do with them? Like, tell me what you're going to do with them. What are you going to do with if you have 300,000 gems, which I know this isn't a problem for that many people probably, but just like in-game players, they just like to say, they like to be done or something. They like to, ooh, I got 300,000 gems, now I don't have to do anything. But yes, you could still do something. You don't, that doesn't mean it's time to like stop and, well, you're trying to be done playing the game? Well, just stop playing the game then. Like, go play something else, I guess. If you don't want to like use the tool that you built up to progress your account, then you might as well go play something else. Like, why are we stacking gems to 400,000 gems? Buy every offer you see at that point. Why not? You're using a tool, a resource that you have a bunch of because you did really good, and you're going to buy a bunch of medals, buy a bunch of deeds, buy a bunch of Imperial deeds, buy a bunch of writs, and you're going to progress your kingdom level and power faster instead of just looking at 250,000 gems that do nothing. There's no achievement. There's no extra stats you get. There's no something you can buy with 1,000,000 gems. There isn't. So just use them. There's not going to be something that pops up all of a sudden that you're going to, you know, that there's not some update that's going to change this or that. Like, people always think that stuff, but it's not going to happen. Oh, I got a new troop. Let's go. This is from when I was slacking and playing my new account, and like this was a holiday legendary, and I was like super into my new account, so I missed it somehow on my main account. Now I got it. Let's go. And I got 16 gems too. So in saying all that, if you don't need to do this, you should need to do this, or why aren't you spending your gems to, you know, don't spend all of them, I guess, but... And I'm not talking to beginners and mid-game players. You guys need to use your gems for certain things and have a certain amount. You're going to have a guild event every week. You're going to have a single-player event every week. You might still be doing faction events, which cost a lot of gems. Mid-game and early game, don't be buying every offer you see. But in-game, when you have like a bunch of gems, like your Scrooge McDuck diving into them and swimming around, like, use them. Why not? And then here's the thing with the glory. This is what I was getting to, and I went off on a tangent. But look what you can do with Glory right here. This is why White Helm is the best home kingdom. Because Glory is the best resource out of the options as to what you can get more of by making something your home kingdom. So I can use this Glory right here. And look at all the stuff I could change Glory into. So for 1,000 Glory, I can open 50 keys here. So Glory can be legendaries. It can be epics. It can be ultra rares. It can be rares. It can be troops. Glory can be troops. Glory can be trait stones. I got a runic magic trait stone. I got a major earth trait stone. Glory can be trait stones. Glory gives you glory back. Glory can be gems. And this isn't the only spot where this is a thing. Glory can be ultra rares. Glory can be souls. Glory can be gold. Glory can be glory. Souls is never going to be souls, and gold is probably never going to be gold. Plus other stuff. Glory can be glory plus other stuff. So I'm getting trait stones from using that glory. I'm getting troops from using that glory. I'm getting souls from using that glory. I'm getting gold from using that glory. I can get gems from using this glory. More gems, souls, gold, glory, trait stones, celestials. Some people need those. You can get those too. Troops. You can get mythics, legendaries from glory. And this isn't the only spot, but I'm just like showing a few examples because sometimes it's not showing everything. You're not going to get gems every time. You might not get souls every time. You might not get gold every time. But you can get that stuff. It's not that hard either. And then the shop here, you have the Spoils of War, which you can use glory to get event keys, which are really hard to get. Event keys are really hard to get. You see, like, with my keys, I only have 4,901 event keys, but I have 10,000 gem keys. I only have 4,901 event keys, but I have 555,000 guild seals. You know, it's not easy to get event keys. It's one of the hardest keys to get in the game. So you can take your glory that you're getting extra of by making White Helm your home kingdom, and you can use that glory to get the Spoils of War every week, which gives you more event keys. which are really hard to get. And that's how you event keys help you target specific legendaries and mythics instead of like wishing on a star and hoping on a prayer and going over the rainbow. You're like, okay, I'm gonna wait for this kingdom and then I'm gonna use my event keys, and that'll give me a better chance at getting this mythic that I've been looking for, or this legendary that I've been looking for, instead of hoping and wishing upon a star with like glory keys or gem keys or random keys randomly, where everything's in the drop table. You narrow down the drop table to just a kingdom, and then you throw event keys for that troop that's from that kingdom. And then there's even more after that, what glory's good for. Right here, you can get this troop every week, which is another fully ascended troop from the kingdom. So Merlantis, you get this new troop, Tidal Dancer, who you can fully ascend with glory. Now you have a fully ascended troop from Merlantis that you might need. And look at all the other stuff you get while you're doing that. And you can just do this forever. I can keep doing this and 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 doing this if I want to, right? Till my glory runs out. And every time I'm using that glory, it's just glory. There's no other cost. It's glory. That's it. You get trait stones, arcane trait stones, 200,000 gold. You can get 1,000,000 gold right here if you want. For 60,000 glory. 1,000,000 gold, 2,000 gold keys, 400 glory keys. There's a different trait stone every week, so you could get every color trait stone eventually. Every week it's a different trait stone based on the troop. So this troop is blue-yellow, so the trait stone is blue-yellow. So if next week we have a brown-red, the trait stone is going to be brown-red. If the week after that we have purple-brown, it's going to be purple-brown. You can get all the trait stones to fully trait every troop in the game. You got minor trait stones there. You got gold. So the gold, you're getting extra gold in your home kingdom. I can get 1,000,000 gold right here for 60,000 glory if I need gold. Like if you have an emergency and you need gold all of a sudden, you could trade your glory for gold right here, which I don't recommend. I'd rather see you buying trait stones here, and that's why you're doing this. Or getting the troop fully ascended or something. But in an emergency, if you're in like a high-level guild and you need 1,000,000 gold all of a sudden for your guild requirement to stay in the guild, you might have to do this one time. Get 1,000,000 gold real quick. And while you're doing that, you're getting 2,000 gold keys, 400 glory keys, which inside those, you could get mythics, legendaries, gems, souls, gold, trait stones. That's why glory's awesome. You can't. Where can you do this with gold or souls? If you get extra souls, where can you go and use souls to get every other resource in the game? You really can't. Souls are only for leveling troops and meddling troops. That's it. And souls can't be changed into anything else anyway in the game, I don't think. It might be like in the Soulforge, it's like usually like just to make something cost something. They've always put souls on this, but it's never like a giant amount or anything like that. The other thing is usually the hard thing to get, not the souls. And if it's like the ruby weapon or whatever, you know, the hardest part of the ruby weapon is getting the 3 weapons, not the 1,000,000 souls. Especially with all the vault events we have these days. As long as just don't waste your souls and then do the vault events properly, and you'll have enough souls for Ruby Weapon when it's time to craft Ruby Weapon. It shouldn't be a problem. Unless you're just leveling random Dingleberry Brown, you level them to 20, you level Butt Crack McGee, you level Philip McCrack, you level Bend Over. Why are you leveling all these weird, stupid troops when you're saving up for Ruby Weapon? What's your problem? What is Bend Over going to do for you? You're just going to level him to 20 because he's a new troop? Philip McCrack, you got a new Philip McCrack troop, so you're going to level it to 20? Why? You don't have to do that. You're never going to use that guy. So why are you leveling it to 20? If you need souls for Ruby Weapon, quit using souls on stupid stuff. Like, save them up and do the vault event right. But gold as well. Like, gold's better than souls, but it's not as good as glory. So it's like the middle one. So gold, you can, like, a little bit change it into other things. Like, you could, like, open all these. I never do this one. Like, the only chest I open without having keys is the glory chest. I'm never going to open a gem chest with gems. I've never opened a gold chest with gold. I've never opened a vent chest with gems. That's all super bad value and one of the worst things you can do in the game. But the glory chest with glory isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good. That's why it's kind of weird. Like, it's a big no-no. Some people probably think it's good to do all of them, and some people probably think they're all a big no-no. I'd rather you think they're all a big no-no than think they're all good. But, it's actually, they're all a big no-no except the glory chest. Which is not that bad to be opening glory chests with glory. The gold one would be, you know, not as bad. Like the gem chest and the event chest, those are horrible. Please do not open those with gems. And I know so many people do that, especially beginners and mid-game players, until they learn better. You're just wasting, you're flushing gems down the toilet like crazy. Like you bought a giant toilet so you could flush more money down it, pretty much. So you wasted money on the giant toilet, and then you're also throwing more money in the toilet because it's bigger. You can flush even more money down it. That's what you're doing if you try to get troops with gems in a gem chest or an event chest. It's opening less at a time, and it's random. You're not going to get what you want. It's going to give you random bullcrap. And you're going to waste your gems trying to get some random troop. Then you're probably not going to get it. And even if you do, you probably spent way too much gems getting it. You'd have to get really lucky to get it with gems, and then even if you get it, you still wasted because you spent way too many gems on whatever troop it was. When you could just save up diamonds or save up event keys or just wait, be patient. There's so many good troops you can just get easily in this game. You don't need to spend a ton of gems trying to get one troop. You already got Rowan, you already got Queen Beatrix, you already got like Gob Truffle. Those are all fine. You don't have to like hurry up and get any mythic like by wasting gems. But here's another spot where you could like see how that's gold. I don't love it. I've never done it before because I only have 25 million gold and I kind of stay at that amount. I'm never going to like 100 million. Like I always hang around 25 million. And if I ever get to 30 million, I give extra to the guild and then it puts me back at 25. So I'm always just hanging at 25 million on this main account the way I play. So I never have like, I don't want to just sit here and open gold chests like this. First of all, it's only a quarter of what you open when you're using keys, you're opening 200 chests at a time. When you open with resources, you only get 50 chests at a time. So it's not that good of a deal. We're spending 15,000 gold to open a quarter of the chests that you would have opened with the keys. That's why it feels horrible when you do it. Because you don't get as many troops, you don't get gems here. Like normally I would get gems if I used keys because it's opening 4 times as many. This is only a quarter. That's why the gem ones are horrible. These are horrible. If you don't have keys right there, never touch this button. If it says gems as the way to open the chest, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because it's going to say open 50 chests for like 200 gems or whatever it is. It's probably 500 gems. It's crazy. I think it's 500 gems. I would only be, you see how many, I would only be able to open like 12 times. And I would get nothing. I would get nothing, I promise you. It's funny how people like, they want to do it so bad and they get mad when I tell them how stupid it is. I don't understand why you want to flush gems down the toilet. And you know that's what it is. Like, just keep track of it. Like, open a bunch with gems if you want. Waste a bunch of gems and see what you get. Did you get anything good? Then stop doing it. Just use your keys and be patient. I got 10,000 keys. I don't even need them. So why would I ever open with gems? I never got to that point. And event keys cost even more. But anyway, that's all that. I could have made a really long video about Whitehelm being the best kingdom, huh? See how I can always make some stupid topic really long? I tell you why, like the whole reason why, and I repeat myself a bunch, and then I try to piss everybody off for some reason. Alright, how would I play this game? So I always look at the adventure board first. You know, it's telling me I need to do the adventure board, I need to get 20 glory. You gotta get your star stones every day. This is one thing in the game that you just gotta log in every day for now. Like, you know, previous to this, you could have maybe skipped a day here or there. Even though you should do your dungeon every day if you still need diamonds. But, now it's just even more important to just log in every day. It's the devs, like, they want everybody logging in every single day. And now with these star stones, you have to, or you're missing out on star stones. I guess previous to that, it was the dungeon. But once you have, like, once you're in my spot where Now, you still want to try for the perfect. But if you have like Chrysantherax, Pandemonia, Stellarix, and Diamantina, and you have so many diamonds, and you have every mythic in the game and every legendary in the game, you could like not log in one day because you don't really need to do the dungeon that bad. You don't need diamonds that bad. You don't need jewels that bad because you have everything in the game. But now with the Star Stones, you're never gonna have everything in the game. You're gonna have to log in every single day, and that's what they did with that. The Astral Spire and the Star Stones and the Adventure Board. That's a secret way to make every single person log in every single day. If you don't log in every single day, you're going to have less stats than, you know, Philip McCrack, who logs in every day. 60 Star Stones up for grabs every day, and if you don't log in, you're going to miss out. And then Bend Over is going to be further than you because he logs in every day. There we go. We got our 60 Star Stones. And we got gems and deeds too, so I'm definitely getting those. And the adventure, and it tells me I like to do it, so I'm definitely doing it. We need to get these gems. See what y'all are saying, sorry. I'm just talking. Yeah, Glory can buy everything. Pretty much. Can Glory buy Dragonite? You know what? It can, because if you open enough chests, Glory chests, and get enough gems, you could then use those gems in the dungeon to buy Dragonite. So you could, I could find a way for Glory to be used to get anything in the game, pretty much. Nobody asked that question, but I just asked myself. Try to give myself a hard question. She's sick. Dang. Hope she gets well soon. Underwater underwear. Horth! How do you acquire Orchitis from Shintang? I think that's a... Isn't that a dragon? Like a egg dragon? Let's look. Somebody probably answered your question, but let's go look at Orchitis. Clear filter. Oh. Orchitis. Yeah, this is a floral dragon, so you have to open floral eggs in the Soulforge to get it. It's part of the ingredients to make Chrysantherax, right? Pretty sure. I mean, it's got flowers in its picture. You could go look, like Orchitis. Okay, there it is. Right. You could go to the Soulforge. I think it's a dragon to make Chrysantherax. So let's go here and look at the floral eggs. And there it is. So that's how you get it. So you have to open this egg right here to get Orchitis. That's the only way you can get it, is by opening floral dragon eggs. Good question, though. It is kind of strange, like, there's different ways to get different troops in this game, you know? Some of them don't come out of gem chests, some of them don't come out of glory chests or gold chests. Some of them you have to craft in the Soulforge. So if you're missing a troop and you're like, how the heck do you get that? Well, some of them are, it's probably that you have to craft them in the Soulforge, like Zolgoth, Maelstrom Dagonath, Chrysantherax, Stellarix, Diamantina, every dragon that makes those up, like Orchitis and Ruby Wrath and Comethalis and all those, you have to craft in the Soulforge. You can't get them from keys. Tyrion says, I'm close to 31 out of 38 kingdoms max also, but 6 out of 8 kingdoms can't hit power level 30 anyway. And even if you get all 38 out of 38, now you gotta level your Astral Spire. They just keep on, carrot on a stick for this game. You're never gonna get everything done. They continue to add troops. They're gonna continue to add pets. They're gonna continue to add achievements. They're gonna continue to do updates where you just, they do something like the Astral Spire, so now you gotta get Starstones every day and get every node and every capstone and every star, and then you're gonna wanna level up every capstone. And I just feel like once you accept that fact that you're just never gonna do everything or get every achievement. Like, it makes the game like a little bit better, feels a little bit better. You either like realize you don't like that and then you stop playing it, or you just accept it and then you play it kind of a different type of way. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back progress every day. And then you like my main goal when I'm playing this game is to not let the devs trick me into diminishing returns. And then tell everybody else about it too, so they don't waste money and they don't waste time. Because that's their main, like, I swear that's their goal. They want you to waste a bunch of money, waste a bunch of time, think you're doing something when you're getting a bunch of diminishing returns. There's some of the, just the way it seems, like, what kind of people are these people? I'm doing the complete opposite, but they get way more than I do, man. People buy so much in this game, but they, you know, they won't come to my stream to save money or save time. It's so weird to me. But we know the smart ones that are here. You guys don't get tricked by the devs, or you're saving your time, saving your money, not just playing for 20 hours a day with diminishing returns. Like, I just feel like some people, man, they're just like super brainwashed by the devs, and they're doing it. They're just playing exactly how they want them to play. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. It'd be like the government just doing exactly what the government wants you to do. Like, they're tricking you into doing it, and you're just doing it. They're just gonna add more and more and more and more and more. So I'm gonna hurry up and do this or do that. Well, they're gonna just add more. You know they are. It's been 10 years now, and they keep doing it over and over and over. As soon as you get close to that last achievement, they're gonna add 3 more, and one of them's gonna be dang near impossible. Then as soon as you get to those 3, after months and months and months, they're gonna add 3 more, and one of them's gonna be dang near impossible. And then as soon as you get close to those 3, after months and months and months, they're going to add 3 more, and one of them's going to be dang near impossible. It just keeps happening over and over and over and over and over. As soon as you get close to the pet, having every pet in the game, they're going to add a bunch of pets to something. PvP or whatever. As soon as you think you have every troop in the game, they're going to add a bunch of immortals and a bunch of dragons. It happens every single time. It's a carrot on a stick, and it's never going to stop, and you're never going to have everything. So you got to make like 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of progress every day. It just feels better. It makes you feel smarter, and I don't know. Alright, so we need some glory now. So I always start with this, because you got to get the star stones. It's like the main thing that you're logging in every day to get. And then there were some gems and Imperial Deed there, which are amazing, so I went ahead and finished it. Plus, the XP booster told me to do it, which is another reason to do it. So now I might as well finish it off by getting that glory, which I'm doing PvP way more lately. So this is part of what I'd be doing today anyway. So with PvP, I start with Citadel Wars. So we got the Strix one. Kind of look and see, do I have a team here yet? Because that'd be nice. Of course I don't. Strix or Mista Scales. Mista Scales sounds better. Because isn't Takshaka there? And I'm just like whatever I can do here to get this done as quick. Like I just boom, 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 whatever, you know. Do you have to use Mista Scales weapons though? That's kind of dumb. Let's just use. Be cool if we had a green weapon. Let's not think about it too much, though. I don't need to waste too much time. Probably just use this, but just seeing if there's anything else. Not really. Okay, whatever. Class, we'll go with... I could have done 4 Takshakas, probably. Could go Blue Storm, Green Storm. Let's just do Archer and Banner. We got a bunch of blue. I always do... Sucks we don't have any green troops on this team, but... Let's do blue-purple. Probably won't need it, though. I should probably do... I don't know, whatever. There we go. Let's get it done, man. Some of these PvP teams, I just throw one together real quick, and sometimes I actually think about it for a little bit. I'm just trying to get it done, you know? It's not too hard. I might lose like once every 10 fights, but I'm not going to like sit there and waste 30 minutes on a team just to not lose that one fight. Like this team will win 9 out of 10 times, and or you know, Citadel Wars I'll probably win all 6. So I just pick like the easiest fight. My goal is to get the VP or the Swift Talisman and just to win every fight. My goal isn't to pick the hardest fights and get the most VP. If you want VP, you can grind VP. So I don't. All I care about is winning the fight, so I can get gold marks tomorrow, right? So I'm picking the easiest fight. I'm not thinking too much about the team. Just, you know, triple talk shaka, boom, go. And then I'm doing the easiest fight because all I want to do is win. So I can get the Swift Talismans and then get my gold marks tomorrow. If I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be and fighting the hardest fight and thinking about a team for 30 minutes, like I'm just making it take longer and making it harder for like one extra, whatever, Citadel War point there and a little bit of extra VP, which I would just farm later anyway, and it's not that much more, it's 6 extra. So I'm just going to do the easiest fight, and then if I want VP and I want other things, I can do that later. It's kind of like doing Vault Event and PvP or doing Vault Event and Explorer 12. It's like, you're missing the point. Making it more complicated than it needs to be. The main goal is just get it done here so you can get gold marks tomorrow and your Swift Talismans. The main goal isn't getting VP. I'm going to make a video about PvP, I think. Probably not right now, but soonish. So I've been doing it way more, and I won my... been winning, like... been doing the strat where you go like from diamond to ruby to diamond to ruby to diamond to ruby to get gold marks, like win your ladder and get 80 gold marks or 90 gold marks or... And Trey was kind of like unaware of a certain strategy, and that kind of surprised me, so I'm wondering if some of y'all are unaware of it as well, you know? I'm not going to say that in the video, it's just... it makes me want to make the video more, you know? Just to help my friends. I should probably catch up in the chat, huh? Sorry. I got... Linton has 30k gems and the game is getting turned off. How do you feel, Mr. Moneybags? You got 30k gems and the game is getting turned off. How do you... Huh? I don't know. 30 kingdoms with book and power level max, 1 kingdom book max. I got 100k gems. I get them as fast as I spend them mostly. Yeah, you can spend them so fast too. You can spend them very fast. Like having a certain amount of gems, if you were buying everything you needed to buy, you would run out of gems quick. That's why I'm surprised when people have like 200,000, 300,000. Like, you're not doing something then, you know? You're not doing something you should be doing then. You should have 5 to 10,000 gems, or you're doing something kind of wrong, actually, you know? That's how I feel. What's the point of saving up so many? Are you skipping offers? Are you skipping a purple deed offer? Are you skipping a certain color deed offer that you need for your next king? Like, so you're going to skip that, and then next time you're not going to get it. And the next offer you're not going to get it, and the next offer you're not going to get it. So you missed out on getting a certain deed or an imperial deed, or that was a chance for you to get more progress in that kingdom. Or imagine it's writ. I know writs I think usually cost gold, but imagine it was writs for gems, like a bunch of writs. You're gonna skip that just to build up a bunch of... that could be any color deed. That could be any kingdom. And you're gonna skip it? Why? Why are you skipping that? You need that. And you can't ever get that offer again. You might get another one down the road, but you skipped the first one. You should have got it. Why didn't you get it? Are people skipping these? Is that how you're... because if I got every offer that I needed, there's no way I could stack up 200,000 gems or 300,000 gems. So they got to be skipping offers that they actually need, which is crazy to me. And instead, they're spending hours and hours and hours in Explorer or PvP or something. Just to get the same thing. Why not utilize the thing that you have a bunch of to get the thing that you're spending hours and hours and hours on? And then it's like people spend money to not have to spend as much time, but then they won't spend their gems to save themselves time? It's like the same thing. I don't know. It's weird to me. A crack filler. Jets is here. I think I caught up in the chat. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Of course, you can't spend gems forever, but you stop at a certain point and you like stack them back. It's this whole gameplay, in-game gameplay loop. Instead of just like grinding VP or grinding Explore, oh, it's so boring. That's so boring. It's funner to do the gameplay loop. Like I feel like it's funner the way I do it. But if you like grinding, I mean, some people can watch a YouTube video or a movie while they grind, and that's why they do it that way. That's usually the answer. Like, it's not that they don't know. It's that they like to do it their way, because they can not play the game, basically. They can stare at something else while they push buttons on their controller. Is usually, I think, why. Jaya can do that with Vault Event, usually, you know? If I'm hunting versus, I can probably watch something else without even looking at the screen. But then again, you wouldn't have to. You could play something else if you used all your gems to like buy all the offers. Then you would, you know, instead of playing the game for hours, you could play something else instead, you know, and have more fun instead of like intentionally not looking at a game while you play it. You could dad camp something in EverQuest, or you could whatever your game is otherwise. Like, that would be what I would do instead. Oh, we got the Guardian. He thinks he's tough. He's all by himself. He must be stinky. He's like a stinky wrestler. He's hard to kill, but his friends run away from him because he stinks so bad. They leave him all by himself to fight me off. How's my unknown troops list looking? Where do you spend Citadel points? It's kind of just a, you don't spend them. It's not like a resource that you spend. It's just like points that you get for like your alliance. It's kind of like trophies almost, or like points in a guild event or a bounty event. You don't spend Citadel war points, you just... Like right now I have 63. It says earn Citadel points from winning battles during the war. And then... Like, I'm not the smartest at this type of stuff. It's stuff like it has to do with this. Which I don't ever worry about too much. But you could, if you really wanted to go hard, you could get an extra 100 gold marks here, 50, 25. I think this Citadel points, you see? So this person has the most Citadel points, and he's getting 100 gold marks for that. And this person has the second most Citadel points, and they're getting 50 gold marks for that. And this person has the third most, and they're getting 25 gold marks for that. Like, I wouldn't even know how to, like, how would you compete with that, really? Like, just pick the hardest fights, and... You can only do so many a day. Like, I don't know. Not some leader... This is like the last leaderboard I'd ever go for, but it is another way to get gold marks if you want to try to figure it out. But yeah, it's kind of just points. It's not a resource. I don't know how like they get first place. Like, I'm not even close, right? Does it show me on here anywhere? Like, how many do I got? It said it somewhere. I'm stupid. anyway. It's just points. Oops. Pushed the wrong thing. Oh, there it is. I got 63. So they have like thousands. How'd they get so many? It's not that, you know, the difference between what I'm doing and what they're doing is one point. So I don't know how they're getting so many Citadel Wars points. It's not like you can like keep doing Citadel Wars fights either. You can only do 6 a day. I don't know. Somebody probably knows in the chat how they get so many. Real money? Could be. Let's look at my unowned troops list after this. It's not bad, especially after getting that Dark Oracle. I've gotten some Immortals recently that I didn't have. I'm only missing Pandemonia from the Evil Dragons. They killed one of my troops, oh no! Should still be okay. I could summon something in. Oh wow, that thing's just devouring. Now it's dead. Really tried there, didn't it? Alright, so that's all my fights for the day. I got my Swift Talismans. I'm going to get my gold marks tomorrow, and that's why I did it. You got to do that every day if you want your gold marks the next day. And that would satisfy my my XP booster as well. Which I'm not a big, you know, XP booster, XP schmooster, but they're nice in like vault events. And it's just like XP booster tells you to do something you should probably be doing anyway, is why I do it. It's like if I got my XP booster that day, then I probably did a good job that day. Let's look at my unowned, because Yoke was asking, I think. Alright, most of these that I don't have are going to be either stuff you have to pay money for or PvP troops. Most of them. There's a couple in here that aren't that, but most of these are either you had to spend money to get them, or they were PvP, which means you had to spend gold marks or something stupid too. Like, gold marks are money, is why I don't have them. Maybe one or two that were for silver marks as well, but I'll probably get those going forward because I've been doing so much more PvP. But Asborn the Mountain, I don't have this. Gore Murktooth. So this is an immortal I don't have. Is this like, this is a newer one, isn't it? I think it's the pay one, right? Kind of. Yeah, the season, when you get the buy the season pass or something and get it somehow. I don't know, I'll go look. I think that's PvP mythic, right? So I'm never going to spend gold marks on that. That's why I don't have it. Mother Malice, what's this, like a campaign mythic maybe? So that's money. If you have it, you spent money on it. Which I don't, it's not a bad thing. I just didn't, I don't. Pandemonia, which I'm going to get eventually. I'm not rushing it. I don't feel like there's any reason to rush Pandemonia. I'm not going to buy Dragonite to rush Pandemonia. There's no, it's not that good. Chrysanthrax is better. Stellarix is better. Diamantina might be better than it. It's just not as good as those, so there's no reason this time to rush Dragonite. I'm not even buying it from the dungeon. I'm just, you know, it'll come when it comes. I'm not worried about it this time, you know? Queen Wilhelmina was a campaign mythic, I'm pretty sure, so you had to spend money to get that one. This one is a PvP mythic, so you had to spend gold marks to have that one. This was a, I think, PvP legendary, which it might be the one right now, so I might actually get that one. But the problem is VP, not silver marks. I have the silver marks, but you need 150,000 VP, which I could get this season, so I might be able to get it. You just have to go pretty hard. The last Sentinel, the only Sentinel I'm missing, Demonic Sentinel. So that's one I could have. Has nothing to do with money or gold marks or anything. So these are like the two so far that aren't money or gold marks. And this one, I guess, like these three. I could have these three. This is another one I probably could have. I would have to just go hard in PvP and spend silver marks. I think it's a silver mark legendary, right? This one is just a newer tarot card, so it's probably not even available yet in the Vault Keys, but I'll get it eventually from opening Vault Keys. And this is another, I think this is a legendary from PvP, maybe. So I'm not missing anything too crazy. That's it, too. I'm missing 13 troops. And a lot of them are for money or, like, gold marks. The only ones that aren't for money or gold marks are Pandemonia, Demonic Sentinel, Saronia, and Blackthorn. And Kingham, this guy, I guess. There's like 5 that aren't for money or gold marks. If I could get those, then I would consider I pretty much have everything in the game. Because I'm free to play. I mean, I have every free to play troop in the game once I get those. So I'll have Pandemonia soon enough. Demonic Sentinel's RNG, so it's kind of like getting the Horde Mimic Mythic. I'll get it one day. I'll probably get Blackthorn pretty soon. And then these I'll get from the Soulforge once they pop in. And this one I'll get for Vault Keys eventually once it goes in there. It's the only one. When there's only one tarot card I'm missing, so that means it's probably not available yet in the Vault Keys. It's probably the newest one. If I had like multiple tarot cards in here, then there might be one I could get. But since there's only one, that means you probably can't get it. That's the answer to that. Cortex, yeah, because I gifted you. So that's why it featured me to you. You're only missing Pandemonia, Chad? Good job. Yeah, I have all 6 evil dragons. Yep, only that's what I, that's kind of like my claim to fame too, a little bit. Besides being like really good at the game, having every troop in the game, so like my strategies work for everybody because I'm free to play. So if you weren't free to play, you could have if you do exactly what I do and you follow my advice and you spend money, you would have all these. You would barely be missing anything. Right? Like if I spent money on the game, I would have like half of these. So you would only be missing, if you followed my advice and you spent money on the game, you would probably only be missing like 8 troops maybe. You would have almost every single troop in the game. Because I'm following my advice, obviously. All I'm not doing is spending money. So if you're following my advice and you're spending money, you would have this guy, probably this. Probably this. You would have this. You might have that. I forget how that works, but I think it was money, right? So, and all you would have to do is like a bunch of PvP, and you would only be missing a couple of things if you followed my advice and spent money. You might not have Kamiko. You might not have Ryathil. Right? That'd probably be it. Like, if you spent money on the game, too, maybe you'd have Pandemonia eventually. I mean, I don't have it, so you probably wouldn't have it either if you're following my advice. But, sometimes spending money speeds other things up, too. You might have everything if you follow my advice and spend, like, on what I tell people to spend on. Like, Death Knight armor, passes. And that's the whole point of, like, the channel, too. Like, if you follow my advice, you'll have exactly what I have. And then if you also spend money, you'll have everything. Because I almost have everything free to play. So all you'd have to do is buy a couple of passes, and you would have everything in the game. Which is a major accomplishment. Do you know anybody that has every single troop in the game? There's probably a couple people, but that's elite. To have every single troop in the game is pretty elite. And I almost have it free to play. So imagine if you followed my advice and you spent money, like a little bit of money, like on the smart stuff. You would have every troop in the game, and that's amazing. That's elite. And that's just like more proof of like everything I'm saying is the way to go and what to do, how to play. So thank you for having me show that, because that helps. Somebody asked one other thing. How do you decide which PvP to do? Which PvP to do? When I go to PvP for the day, I do my Citadel Wars first, so the ones with the swords behind it. So you got Strix. There's usually like choices. I think one day it's like only Central Spire, right? But a lot of the time you have like an option, so it says you can either do Strix or you can do Mista Scales. I knew that Mista Scales had Takshaka, and I knew that I had Takshaka, so that's why I chose Mista Scales, because I knew that would be an easy team to make. So that's why I chose that. But then after that, once I get done with Citadel Wars, since I did my Citadel Wars fights yesterday, now I'm going to go get gold marks. So I'm going to look... The way I choose what I'm doing after Citadel Wars is I look at the little orange diamond. So some of the locations have a little orange diamond next to it, like Naga. See that little orange diamond right there? And see how it says doubled gold marks at the bottom? So if I do 5 fights here, I'm going to get like 24 gold marks. And the reason that that's a thing is because I did my Citadel Wars yesterday. So you got to do your Citadel Wars to have this pop up the next day. So you might not have this, but that's because you didn't do your Citadel Wars yesterday. So do them today and you'll have it tomorrow. So that's why you got to do your Citadel Wars like every day, so you can get these gold marks. And gold marks are for books, which books are for Kingdom and Power, Kingdom Level and Power, and Kingdom Level and Power is for stats and like account progression and more tribute, which gives you more gems and all kinds of stuff. So it's just part of playing the game. This is what I would do next right here. And do these 5 fights. And then there's probably another one somewhere. So you gotta look for the Goblin. Boom, I'd get another 24 gold marks there. You also get gold marks for your Citadel Wars fights that I did. I forgot to say that, but like while you're fighting the 6 fights, you get like a little bit of gold marks too. So it's all about gold marks here. I'm chasing gold marks. Citadel Wars is for gold marks, Swift Talismans, so I can get gold marks the next day. You know, doing this is to get the gold marks from doing Citadel Wars the previous day. And then after that, once I did all that and got all those gold marks, which it's the locations that the Citadel Wars were in yesterday. So like tomorrow, the gold marks are going to be in Strix and Mista Scales. So tomorrow, I'll know if I remember that, then I'll know exactly where my gold marks are going to be tomorrow. It'll have a little diamond next to it. Like Mista Scales will be there tomorrow, and it'll have a little gold diamond next to it. And that's where I'll go tomorrow to get my gold marks, because I did my Citadel Wars there today. But since my Citadel Wars yesterday were in Goblin and Naga, I did Naga, because that was Takshaka once again, which was easy to make a team for. Now I have gold marks there today because I did those fights yesterday. So that's how I'm deciding what I'm doing in PvP. Then after that, you kind of do your monolith battles. Which are over here. They're in buffs. And I usually just get the little bit of magic. I do this one in Furnace Depths every time. I used to do a different one, but like this one right here, gain 1 magic for each purple ally, is technically stronger, but you like have to use a purple team, which you don't. When you're grinding VP, you don't want to be like tied down to only a purple team. I mean, if there's a purple Blood Frenzy, then I would do this one. But it's easier just to do like, because this will apply to any team that you do. Gain 2 magic at the start of battle. And it's more than 2 magic. It's 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6 once you do them all. So I'm going to have 6 magic at the start of the battle once I do all these. This is what I would do next. You got to have the Valhawk things, the Monolith Sigils, but you just fight PvP fights and they pop up like Val Ravens. So I'd do this next. I would do all 6 of them. This would give me VP Talismans. And a buff that would make VP farming easier. So monolith buffs first of all, it's part of your season goals. So it's the season goals are saying, hey, do monolith battles, and if you do this many, you're gonna get burning marks, or you're gonna get copies of the immortal or whatever. And then second of all, you get a buff, so you're more powerful while you're farming VP, and it also gives you VP talismans, which doubles your VP. So you should do your monolith buffs every day. Like, start with Citadel Wars, obviously, then do your gold marks. Like, you do it in order of, like, priority. Like, Citadel Wars is the highest priority. Getting your gold marks from doing the Citadel Wars is the second highest priority. Third highest priority is monolith buffs, to get those VP talismans, to do the season goals, to get stronger for farming VP, which you would do after this. And then after this, you farm VP. And you're either like, are you going for the overall leaderboard? Or are you going for 150,000 so you can get the legendary? Or are you just trying to win your 30-man ladder? It just kind of depends what you're going for. Like at the end game here, I'm just trying to win my 30-man ladder and maybe get the legendary with silver marks. So 150,000 would be nice. And you kind of like, the amount of farming I do is depends how the other people in my ladder are doing. If they're all going super hard, then I'm gonna have to go super. If it's my go week, if you have like, so the way I'm doing it is I intentionally get demoted to Ruby, and then when I'm in Ruby, I try to win. And then the next week, I get demoted to Ruby, because you're gonna go up to Diamond if you win your Ruby League. If you get even like top 3 in Ruby, you're gonna get promoted to Diamond League. But it's easier to win in Ruby League than it is in Diamond League. So I'd rather win every other week than have to win Diamond Week every week. That'd be way too hard and take way too much time. I'm gonna make a video about PvP, I think, and it's gonna be all this stuff. Now that I've been doing it and understand it more, and I got like 2nd place in my ladder, and first place is kind of hard to get because people go crazy. I don't know what they got going on to where they can play this much PvP, but it's got to be sharing accounts or like nothing else going on, you know, or something. I can't play that much. Get first place or something. But you don't have to, which is cool. It's like if you're a 30-man and you're 30-man, first, second, and third, there's not much of a difference. So if the first place guy goes nuts, you don't have to go nuts. You could just get second. The difference is like 10 gold marks. No big deal. They're going nuts for 10 gold marks. Let them go nuts for 10 gold marks. Like, waste their time. Just get second. You'll get 80 gold marks instead of 90. They just spent hours and hours and hours and hours to get 10 gold marks. Like, way to go, buddy. Like, who cares? Get second. Even if you get third, you get like 75 gold marks or something. So if first and second are going nutso to get those 10 gold marks, like, let them waste their time. Just get third. It's fine. The only thing you don't want to do is get fourth. So if third place is going crazy, you're going to have to go crazy too. See how I got the VP talismans there? It doubles VP from battles. So this will help you to farm VP. It's another reason you're doing these monolith battles. It's not just for the buff. It's also for these VP talismans that double your VP. So I just did my monolith battles. See how fast that was too? That was easy, fast, simple. Now I have extra magic everywhere. It's not just in Furnace Depths or whatever. It's everywhere. Because it's just 2 magic at the start of the battle. So now I would pick a place to... I usually like to pick a Blood Frenzy. That's what I like to do. But it depends where they're at that day. So today they're in Goblin and they're in Naga. So I probably wouldn't farm like a bunch today. You know, it's different every day. So the Blood Frenzies are in a different spot every day. So if it's a day where the Blood Frenzies are in like brown or purple or green or central, then I'll grind a bunch of VP. But if it's a day where it's in like something stupid like Strix or like, you know, Strix or... They're all pretty good today, but, you know, Strix and Goblin. If they're both in... That's where the Blood Frenzies were, then I wouldn't do as much farming today, because Blood Frenzy just gives you so much extra. Like, you almost just only want to farm there. You could still farm on a day where you're not doing Blood Frenzy. You could just do brown or purple or green. You're just not going to get as much, but maybe you feel like farming that day. I'd probably do Naga, just because Takashaka's not bad. And I got to get gold marks here anyway. And I picked the hardest fight when I'm farming. Like, this is for gold marks, so I'd probably pick the easiest fight. So until I get the 5 wins and get the gold marks, I'm going to pick the easiest fight. But if I start farming, I'll probably pick the hardest fight. And then once you start farming, you don't care if you lose. It's no big deal. If you're doing Citadel Wars, you kind of care if you lose. If you're going... I guess that's the only time you really care if you lose. Like, even right now, I don't really care if I lose. There's no consequence. Except for my time. Should have done last slot there. But this isn't as fast as like a Chrysantherax, so I don't know if I would like sit here for an hour and farm, but I might farm for a little bit. I'd probably save my... Like, when you're on your off week, you're on... Let's say you're in Diamond League and you're just getting 6,500 for your PvP goals. Because you got to at least do that. Because you kind of want to at least get 6,500. And you're hoping everybody else gets more than that. So you're in the relegation zone and you go back to Ruby. Forgot what I was saying. Dang it. Like when you're in Diamond League, you want to get 6,500. So you can't just like not do anything. You have to do a little bit. But okay, you want to save your VP talismans for the other week where you're on Go. So you're going to get VP talismans and Swift talismans every day, pretty much. If there's Citadel Wars, you get Swift talismans. Monolith battles are every day, so you get VP talismans every day. But you don't use them if you're on your off week. And then you save them for your Go week. So you'll save your VP talismans. If you're on your not Go week, you don't use them. And then on your Go week, you'll have extra to use for your, it's Go time. So now you're using your VP talismans from last week when you're on your off week. You don't have to do it like this. It's just the way I'm doing it. I'm probably making it sound complicated. Because you could just be on Go every week, but then you'd have to grind way more. And you're like the guy that's getting those 10 gold marks while everybody else is just chilling, getting 10 less. But there's also like season goals where you need to do like a ton of freaking fights and you can get a little bit extra burning marks and stuff like that for going super hard. There's an overall leaderboard, but it's kind of crazy, bro. Like, difference between like being in 100th place or being in like 300th place is like 5 gold marks or something. Then like the difference between being in like 100th and 50th is like 15 gold marks or something. So you're spending so much time and effort for like 10 to 20 gold marks. Which is not like, that's why I'm doing it the way I'm gonna do it, which is 1 week on, 1 week off, just when you're ladder. Don't go super hard for 10 gold marks or 5 gold marks, Get that 75 or 80 or 90, but don't stress yourself out and have to get first place and just to get 10 extra gold marks. It's like a lot of work for very little reward. We're getting gold marks right now. That's why we're doing this. Dang, I'm over 2 hours, y'all. Mrs. Cindy's home today. Alright, I gotta go. You guys have any other questions? I'll make a video about PvP. Because I've been doing it way more lately and kind of understand it way better. But I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll show you guys everything else, like my invasion and my Underspire and all that tomorrow. So we'll have a stream tomorrow too. Let me do this last fight here. Get my gold marks. You're super hard for gold marks. Yeah, bro. It's like such a big investment of time for such a little. Like, I feel bad, kinda, Like, I only had to grind for 45 minutes a day to get 80 gold marks. And then the other person had to grind for like 3 hours a day to get 90 gold marks, which is only 10 more than me. But they had to spend like quadruple the time. And they might have got 20 more gold marks than me because they went on the leaderboard too, but do you really want to spend like an extra 3 hours a day for like 20 gold marks? Like, which you could open a burning chest and get 20 gold marks? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's not me. I'm gonna do the least I can for the most instead of the most I can for the least. But like, if you look at the ladders here, so right now I'm in second. Who I'm really looking at is 4th place. So I just want to make sure I don't get 4th. So I'm really judging what I'm doing off of what this guy's doing. You know, if I can stay ahead of this person without too much effort, I will. If I can catch this person without too much effort, I will. But the person I'm really looking at is this person. Not this person, not this person. So, as long as I beat Bully, then I'm going to get 75 gold marks. And the difference between 1st and 3rd is 15 gold marks. So I'm not like super pressed to get 1st place. But since I'm only 2,000 behind, I might try for it. If it's within striking distance, I'll still try for it. If I can stay ahead of 3rd place by just doing a little bit, then I will. But I'm not going to do like 3 hours a day just to get 1st place here, when I could get 2nd place by doing 45 minutes a day. It's only 10 gold marks. And then the global leaderboard, like, I'm never going to compete with these people. Like, it's way too... Look, 894,000. I got 24,000. It's never going to happen. I don't know what they're doing. And then imagine you don't get 1st. You only get 75. You just did all this work, 647,000, like, all that time, and you didn't even get 1st. Then imagine not even... Anyway, not that, you know. Imagine getting, like, 50 gold marks, 40 gold marks, 30 gold marks. Just keeps going down. And you have to do so much effort. It just doesn't suit me, at least. So I'm getting 5, and they're getting whatever. It's just so much time and effort for... They're probably spending... Like, the top people gotta be spending at least 5 hours a day on this. So they're spending, like, a work week, 40-hour work week, to get, like, 40 more gold marks than me. I would rather spend 45 minutes a day and still get a decent amount. I'm getting like 100 gold marks instead of 140 or something. But anyway, I gotta go. Mrs. Cindy's probably pissed off. Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't 1st, you're last. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get 150,000 just so I can get the legendary, right? Which I don't think will be too hard. Because it's over a long time. It's the whole season. It's not just 1 week or 2 weeks. But I'll make a video on it, y'all. I think PvP is pretty interesting and could make for a good video. Cortex. Alright, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you so much for being here. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell you good about the channel, comment below. Thank you for meeting the goal. We really need it right now. We need it bad. Thank you. I'll stream tomorrow. I gifted out 5. I appreciate it. Special shout out to Trey, aka Fallen Eros, Tyrion Shark, the Spectrian, Chad, the Clipbaum, Anita, Linton with the 10, securing it. Linton securing the bag, getting that 5 free gifted, which one of them went to Cortex, who showed up, so that's really awesome. It's a double whammy, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Good job. And yeah, we'll stream tomorrow too. So I'll see y'all at 10:30 a.m. EST tomorrow. Let's say goodbye to everybody today. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Chad, the Clip Bomb, Yoke, Juan, Tyrion, Cortex, got Yoke, Horth, Jets, Anita, Linton. I got Horth, Tyrion, Anita, Linton. Big Zig was here. Tyrion. That's about all I can see for some reason. But I'll see y'all. Yeah, Mark's way up there. He's really good at PvP. Still all love for Mark. We never had anything, you know. He never really told me why he stopped showing up, but I don't know. It is what it is. We were both born on the same day, you know? So maybe we a Cine Cool cannot get along with the Cine Cool, you know what I mean? We did for a while though. We never had an argument or anything either though. I don't know what's up with Mark, but whatever it is, still all love. Shout out to Mark. Alright, see y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. Peace out. Wish me luck with Mrs. Cine. Oh my